Ahead of every season, there is always so much prediction and forecasting about who will win the biggest trophies, and we have already started to hear those conversations as we step into the 2026-27 season. The favourites are clear. The bookmakers are saying it, the pundits are saying it, and even the fans are saying it. But it's not in every case that the favourites end up winning, and we think that that theme is going to dominate different competitions this season. So, if not the favourites, who will actually win these trophies? Come along and find out. These are the favourites versus the actual winners of the major trophies this season. Let's start with the UEFA Champions League. The favourites are obviously PSG. They are the reigning champions with a team that seems incredibly unstoppable, so everyone is fully expecting them to go and three-peat the Champions League. The French giants seem to have hacked the competition and they now play it on easy mode. They start slow in the league phase and pick up steam in the knockout rounds. It also helps that they are able to rest their best players in the league, so everybody comes in fresh for the most crucial part of the season. However, we believe that Arsenal will win the Champions League this year. They might not be the flashiest team in the world, but they have shown that they are very effective. They know how to get the job done, and they came super close last season, only losing to PSG on penalties. Having now finally crossed the Premier League hurdle after multiple attempts, we believe that they might now want to switch their focus to achieving something they have never been able to do before, which is to win the UEFA Champions League. They have paid their dues, having lost 2 finals, and we think that this is the year when they actually get their hands on the big ears. Nobody takes the league phase as seriously as Arsenal does, so you can really see them topping the league once again this season, which could guarantee them another easy run to the final. And if they get to the final, we just don't see them throwing it away again. Now, while Arsenal might not be favourites in the Champions League, they definitely are in the Premier League. They are the only team who has consistently been in the title race in each of the last 4 seasons, and they enter the new season as defending champions, so naturally you expect them to be favourites to win it once again. However, we just have this feeling that it's going to be either Man United or Chelsea. These are 2 giants who have been without the crown for a decade or more now, and so they are desperate to finally get their hands on the trophy once again. Man United looked like a completely different team under Michael Carrick, and the only criticism last season was that he didn't take over earlier. Looking at how they played last season and the midfield reinforcements they have signed this summer, we could really see the Red Devils finally winning the trophy again for the first time in nearly 15 years. And we just cannot write Chelsea off. The fact that they won't be in any European competition this season just gives them an edge for us. We saw what Xabi Alonso did at Leverkusen, who says he cannot repeat it here. But with Chelsea, it feels more like fate than anything. 10 years ago, they finished 10th on the Premier League table, which meant that they were out of Europe for the new season. They then went and hired a coach famous for using a 3 at the back setup, and he took them to win the league with an attack led by a Brazil-born striker. The exact same thing has happened this year. Chelsea finished 10th on the table, hired Alonso, who is famous for using a 3 at the back setup, and a Brazil-born striker will be leading the attack as well. History might just repeat itself. Now, over in Spain, everyone expects Barcelona to win La Liga once again. They are defending champions, and under Flick, they have shown that they know how to win in the league. But we think that things will change this year and Real Madrid will walk away with the title this time around. Jose Mourinho is obviously a big reason we say that. He is a man who wins against all odds, so we believe he'll be able to get the job done for Los Blancos this time. We're talking about a man who was the first to lead a team to 100 points in La Liga. He knows the league so well, and he has a lot of experience when it comes to dismantling Barcelona's dominance. Apart from that, we just believe that there might be a part of Flick and Barcelona that might want to devote less focus and resources to the league and more to the Champions League because of their European drought. And that might just make Madrid's job a little easier. Also, three-peating La Liga is actually quite difficult. It has only happened once in the 21st century, and that was Barcelona under Pep Guardiola, which is still regarded by many as the greatest ever football team. With or without Mourinho in the picture, winning the league again this season will be a mammoth task for the Blaugranas. Football fans, this is the deal you don't want to miss. Whether you're hunting for an iconic World Cup jersey or the colours of your favourite club, Goal90 Shop has the perfect pick for you. And right now, everything is a flat 15% off, with free shipping anywhere in the world. So don't wait. Hit the link in the description, head over to Goal90 Shop and grab your favourite jersey today. What about Serie A? Obviously, Inter Milan are the favourites. They enter the season as defending champions and have done some serious business this window, but we just have this feeling that AC Milan will win the Scudetto this year. Does it make sense on paper? No. Ruben Amorim is their coach and their attack is being led by Gonzalo Ramos, but we just cannot shake this feeling that they might be able to pull an absolute shocker this year. Amorim is one of those guys who teeters on the thin line between madman and genius, so this season will either be a complete disaster or an absolute miracle for Milan. We're leaning towards miracle. Let's now talk about the Europa League. The favourites to win are Juventus, but we believe that Bayer Leverkusen will get the job done. They have a new young coach who just took over this summer, and we think he will be able to propel them to success. They are also more familiar with the competition, having reached the final 2 years ago, so we believe they have what it takes to go all the way this time. Now, to the Turkish Super League. Coming off a three-peat, Galatasaray are obviously favourites to retain the title, but we're giving the crown to Trabzonspor. Obviously, our prediction is largely influenced by their acquisition of Mohamed Salah. That is a man who can transform contenders into actual winners. But on top of that, Trabzonspor is a club that has been on the edge for some time now. Last season, they finished third on the table, 9 points ahead of Besiktas in fourth, and their striker Paul Onuachu finished as the league's top scorer. Adding a world-class player like Mo Salah to that pot could really produce the most palatable dish for Trabzonspor, and we'll certainly be here for it. As for the French Liga 1 and the German Bundesliga, the favourites are obviously PSG and Bayern Munich, respectively. And as much as we love to be contrarian, the truth is that we simply don't see any other club being able to stop those two. The monopoly they have on their respective leagues is just absolutely insane. When Lens tried to push PSG for the title last season, the league literally allowed them to postpone a huge title decider in spite of the protests from Lens. Now, how can you even compete with that? Anyway, let us now wrap up this video with the Ballon d'Or. According to bookmakers, the current favourite to win it is Harry Kane, but we think Lamine Yamal might just edge it in the end. Seeing him finish second last year sent a message that he is coming for the award, and now that he has the World Cup in his hands, it's really hard to see him not winning it, even though he was quite underwhelming at the tournament. Kane scored more goals for sure, but Lamine Yamal won the biggest trophy, and we just think that that might be enough. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you agree with everything we've said in this video today? What would you change? Who do you think will win the biggest trophies up for grabs in football this season? Get in the comments and talk to us. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye. Football fans, this is the deal you don't want to miss. Whether you're hunting for an iconic World Cup jersey or the colours of your favourite club, Goal90 Shop has the perfect pick for you. And right now, everything is a flat 15% off, with free shipping anywhere in the world. So don't wait. Hit the link in the description, head over to Goal90 Shop and grab your favourite jersey today. This video is sponsored by Supply Handlers.